Hi, this is Jason T. Ingram. Some might know me as Fake Zappa. I am a multimedia artist. I'm from Oregon, and I've been doing this video project now documenting the last 3 or 4 months of me trying to basically fulfill my purpose in life and do it conscious of the fact that I live with some enormous limitations and communicating that and doing whatever I can to ask for help, to find the help, and to follow through the best I can with whatever help is available. And as I'm closing this series of these video logs, I am coming to a conclusion of basically what has happened for the last several weeks. And sometimes I wonder if my failure to run a business is my failure. And sometimes I like to think of myself, especially as an artist and somebody who is continually suffering more and more as my illness progresses. And along with my self-care and a lot of the stuff I do to improve my physical health, I'm very proud of myself that I've accomplished so much considering my limitations and considering the hurts that I've gone through, current stuff and recent stuff as well. So I'm trying to look at the failures now because this is all part of this whole process. It's an experiment. And, when something doesn't work in your life, you just keep trying things. And when you keep trying the same thing over and over again, after a while, your brain is going to not allow you to do the same things over and over again if you keep getting hurt, whether they're the wrong things or the right things. Asking for help from anybody that I feel that has the power to be able to take my work to the next level that it needs to be. As I've talked about before, asking for help can be just as traumatic as living without help. What's hard is that if you've ever asked for help and communicated fully about the depth of your suffering, or maybe you even, talk about a fraction of your suffering, and you kind of see the reactions of the people that you're going to for help. And you start to ask yourself, are these people being paid to do this? Most of the time, yes. And where's the money coming from? Donations and government funds, typically. And if they're corporations, then, there's that too. And then there's the volunteers. And this is a weird thing too, is that people that are underpaid, that are volunteering their time, and when they know your need and if it's in their power to advocate for your need or to even assist you with that need, and when they turn you away or when they start to ignore you for whatever reason, then that adds to the pain, it adds to the trauma, it adds to the feelings of neglect, because there are a lot of adults, just like children, there are a lot of adults that really are helpless. Seniors are a great example of people who just sort of continually get their power taken away from them over the years as people think they're a threat to themselves. And there are people that think that some elderly are a threat to others, and they take away their car keys. And I've seen that happen. And I don't know if that's such a bad thing all the time, and I don't know if that's such a good thing all the time. But what I do know is that just because I'm sick and getting sicker, or maybe staying the same, then I think that I should have a right to not only work, but I think that I should have a right to do the work that is a part of my life's purpose. Because when it comes to mental illness, if somebody has a purpose and they know that purpose, there's only one thing that's going to make them happy, is to follow that. And what happens is that the conclusion that I've been coming to about this whole process is that when there's a mentally disabled person and they're at the mercy of others, then what is acceptable as far as the acceptable forms of help that's available towards people, it seems to be acceptable that whatever people that are in the mental health world, whether it's government or nonprofit or corporations or healthcare, whatever it is, their goal is to keep me from killing myself and to kill other people. That's like their main goal. And I know that because when I'm desperate for help and I don't get help, the only way I know for sure to get help is that if people feel like I'm a danger to myself or other people. And that seems really weird, that the fact that that I can't fulfill my life's purpose because I'm too sick to do it, and I didn't choose to be sick. And then if I'm not allowed to have that right to pursue that because of my illness, that it is acceptable for me to be kept alive. And yet, at the same time, if I'm kept alive, if I'm kept from killing myself and not living my purpose, then I'm kind of like the Walking Dead. So one of the reasons why I don't kill myself is the fact that I already feel like I'm dead. I already feel like who I am and what I do and what I hold dear to me the most and what I have to offer has no value at all to anybody that I have been going to for help. Now, they might feel that way, and there might be some that I could have pursued more. But the fact is that whenever I pursue more help, if I'm told to call somebody and I call them, and I call that person tells me to call this person, email this person, I get another email and another email. After a while, my brain is going to start saying, this is going nowhere but pain. And there's pain, and there's more pain, and there's more pain until I start to panic every time I start working on any of this correspondence or any of this self-advocacy. And that's something that unless you live with debilitating mental disorders, chances are you are not going to relate. And if you try to relate, thank you. If you succeed in relating to this, thank you, thank you. But there's one thing we know about mental illness is that there's things that people do that they can't control. I want to run my business. I want to sit down in the morning and check my emails and answer them and read them and understand them and get back to them promptly. And if I can't, then I would like to, be able to at least function to where I could do my books, organize my tax stuff, do all this stuff that I used to be able to do in my 20s, and I'm realizing that, oh my God, I can't function the same way I did before, and that's sad. That's really sad. And that's another thing that I've learned too, is that I've never been assessed at my functioning level, but I have assessed it myself, and my functioning level is I have barely the ability to take care of my house, my vehicle, my cat, and most of my chores. That's pretty much what I can do. I am no longer able to manage my complicated health care, and my needs are getting more and more the sicker I get. And I definitely cannot manage a business and people that I talk to about my limitations. And each one of these organizations that I've gone to and in their programs that I've gone through and fulfilled my part of it, I have made it known what my limitations are. And that doesn't seem to matter because I'm expected to perform the same way as non-mentally disabled people. And I'm starting to think that maybe that's not reasonable for anybody to put me in those positions anymore. I want to show you my smoothie. Doesn't that look disgusting? This is an entire bag of Trader Joe's greens, like baby salad mix. And my other snack is from Natural Grocers, and these are carob almonds, and they're unsweetened because carob is naturally sweet. So I've just been drinking lots of liquids and trying to get all of these pills out of my system and trying to clear my head up. and it's been bad and it's been good, and I'm getting new ideas, and there's a few more episodes left, so stay tuned. It's going to get worse. It's going to get mean, and hopefully it'll be informative, and hopefully it'll help some people. So thanks for watching.